In this video, we're gonna read a book. Let's go! Today, I am going to read a 5-minute story. Finding Nemo, a friend in need. Finding Nemo, the ghost-like fish. Have a great day, Nemo, Marlin the clownfish said as he hugged his son goodbye. He and Dory, a real blue tank fish, were dropping Nemo off at school. All right, Nemo exclaimed. I will, just as soon as you let go. Marlin realized he was still hugging his son. Oh, right, Marlin said with a chuckle. He let go. Nemo swam off to join the other students and their teacher, Mr. Ray. Bye, Dad, the little clownfish called out. Bye, Dory. See you later. Nemo loved school. So did his friends, Tad the long-nosed butterfly fish, Pearl the octopus, and Sheldon the seahorse. How could they not when Mr. Ray made everything so much fun? Mr. Ray took the students exploring all over the reef. Every day, Nemo and his classmates got an up-close look at different kinds of sea life. That day, Mr. Ray was taking them to a clearing on the ocean floor. Okay, explorers, Mr. Ray said when they arrived. Now it's time to do a little searching on your own. Let's see if each of you can find the shell. Then we'll identify them together. The youngsters fanned out. Nemo searched in the shadow of some coral. Pearl peeked into a bit of algae. Sheldon dug in the sand. Tad was the first of Nemo's friends to find something. Hey guys, he cried, look at this. Nemo, Pearl, and Sheldon swam over to their friend. They crowded around and stared in wonder at the gleaming white shell Tad held in his fin. Cool, said Sheldon. It's so pretty, Pearl said admiringly. Where did you find it? Tad pointed to a cave. In there, he said. Maybe there are more. Tad darted toward the cave entrance. Yeah, said Pearl, following him. I want to find one, too. Me too, cried Sheldon. Are you coming, Nemo? He asked. Nah, Nemo replied. You guys go on. He wanted to find the shell that was different from everybody else's. A few minutes passed before Nemo heard an odd noise. He looked up and saw Sheldon, Tad, and Pearl bottling out of the cave at full speed, screaming loudly. What's the matter? Nemo asked. Is it a barracuda? An eel? Sheldon shook his head. No, worse, he said fearfully. It's a ghostfish. Yeah, right, Nemo replied. Then he noticed that Tad's fin was empty. Where's your shell? He asked. Tad looked down. Ah, shucks, he said, disappointed. I was going to give it to my mom. Then he peered into the cave. I must have dropped it in there, but I'm not going back for it. Not with that ghostfish on the loose. Don't worry, Nemo told Tad. I'll find your shell. The clownfish swam bravely into the cave. See, he said to himself, nothing to be afraid of. Just then, Nemo froze. On the cave wall next to him was a huge fish-shaped shadow. Nemo took a deep breath. Excuse me, Mr. Ghostfish, or is it Mrs. Ghostfish? A ghostfish? A tiny voice said nervously. Where? Where? Don't let it get me. The ghostfish didn't sound very scary. Nemo swam closer to the shadow. Are you afraid of a ghostfish? He asked it. Yeah, squeaked the little voice. Who isn't? Nemo followed the voice. There, cowering behind a rock, was a little fish, glowing softly with pale orange light. The ghost fish wasn't a ghost fish at all. It was just a glow-in-the-dark fish. Its glow had shined on an oddly shaped piece of coral and made a spooky-looking shadow. Nemo's fears were forgotten. Oh, hi, he called out. The glowing fish darted behind another rock. Then, timidly, he peeked out from behind it to study Nemo. Don't be afraid, Nemo said. I'm just a little fish, like you. He smiled. My name's Nemo. Nemo, what's yours? The fish swam out cautiously. Eddie, he replied, his eyes still wide. You mean there's no ghostfish? Nemo chuckled. I thought you were the ghostfish. He explained the whole funny story. Way, said Nemo. How do you glow like that? Eddie shrugged. I just do, he replied. My whole family does. Nemo thought of someone who would know more about Eddie's glow. Mr. Ray! So Nemo invited Eddie to meet his teacher and his friends. Then, swimming out of the cave together, the two little fish laughed about the way they had met. You really thought I was a ghostfish? Eddie asked with a giggle. Nemo rejoined his friends. Sorry I didn't find your shell, Nemo said to Tad, but I did find your ghostfish. Then Nemo and Eddie told their tale. Before long, the ghostfish was forgotten. Instead, everybody wanted to know more about Eddie. Can you glow different colors? Pearl asked. How come the water doesn't put out your lights? Questioned Tad. Wanted to know what made Eddie glow. Good question, Nemo, Mr. Ray replied. See these patches on either side of Eddie's jaws? Inside them are teeny tiny glow-in-the-dark organisms. When you see Eddie glow, you're really seeing those organisms glowing. Everyone oohed and ahed over Eddie's glow flashes. If you think that's cool, said Eddie, you should come meet the rest of my family. Eddie led the whole class into the cave to show them his glow-in-the-dark world, including his family. Nemo thought it was one of the most beautiful things he had ever seen, but there was still one thing weighing on his mind. Mr. Ray, Nemo whispered to his teacher, I didn't finish the assignment. I didn't find the shell. Mr. Ray laughed. That's okay, Nemo, he replied. I'd say you still get an A in exploring for today. Did you like the story? We're gonna do a vocabulary and spelling word. The words are students, screaming, youngsters, whispered, octopus. Students is a person who goes to school and learning something. S-T-U-D-E-N-T-S. Screaming, shriek, screech apply to crying out in a loud, piercing way. To scream is to utter a loud, piercing cry, especially of pain, fear, anger, or excitement. S-C-R-E-A-I-N-G. Youngsters, a child, young person, or young animal. Y-O-U-N-G-S-T-E-R-S. Whispered. Soft speech produced without using the full voice. Something uttered very softly. Overheard his whisper. W-H-I-S-P-E-R-E-D. Octopus is a soft sea creature with 8 long arms called tentacles which it uses to catch food. O-C-T-O-P-U-S. Did you do it right? If you like this video, subscribe and ring that bell so you can know when I make any new video. See you soon!